Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of Nindies and Indies, a Nintendo fan podcast. I'm your host, ScrapGear, and joining me, as always, my good buddy, Draco Augustus. How's it going, man?
Hey, man. It's going good.
Yeah.
Going pretty good.
Alright, so, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, one game in particular, but we'll get to that. That's going to be the main focus of our topic today, so, I know we're really both excited to talk about it, but we gotta hold off.
Just spoilers.
Yeah. Shocker. But what else have you been playing this week leading up to last night?
Well, I was trying to get a lot of game time in before last night because I knew that once it came, it was going to be hard to stop playing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, excuse me. Season 7 of Fortnite opened up yesterday, and that's awesome. Like, there's a whole new corner of the map. This glacier crashed into the island, and there's, awesome new snow and winter-themed skins. And so I got the Battle Pass because I earned enough V-Bucks from the last Battle Pass. I've spent $10 on this game and gotten, hundreds of hours out of it. It's pretty awesome.
There you go.
I was just at Target today, and they have all these toys and shirts, and I want it all. My son wants it all. It's nuts. But anyways, that season 7 is cool. I'm enjoying it so far. There's planes in it now. You can have dog fights. You just look up in the air. All of a sudden, I was in a building, and I guess somebody in a plane saw me run into that building. And all of a sudden, I just hear, and then the walls just start coming down everywhere. I'm like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And then you have turrets you can set up too and try to shoot back at them, which is fun. Every time I do it, they end up just flying away because it's a lot easier to aim turrets at planes than it is to get the plane right to put a lot of damage on the turret.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. There's also zip lines now too from the tall mountains to go down to places.
Mm-hmm.
And there's which they talked about it at the Game Awards last night. There's a new creative mode where you actually get to create your own island, make the whole island have whatever buildings and stuff you want on it, and play with your friends and stuff.
There you go.
And then also within that, there's a mode called the Block, which apparently actually when they announced it at the Game Awards, in game it happened. It just completely flattened Risky Reels. And there's just this big blank block there. Mm-hmm. And basically whatever you create in that space, I think in create mode,
yeah,
it will be put online for Epic to choose from, and they'll choose actual creations to put in that space in the map.
Okay.
For however long. I don't know how often that'll rotate or any of the statistics on that. Mm-hmm. But it's a cool feature. It's pretty neat. That game just impresses me more and more every season. Mm-hmm. Diablo, I'm been just trying to get through that. I'm level 55 now, I think. But it sadly it came out on my Switch last night, and hopefully it'll get back in at least to finish the main story. Cause
I've had Diablo 3 since it came out on the 360. And I've gotten it on the Xbox One. I think I've gotten it on the Xbox One and the PS4. I think at one point, my wife and I, because we were mainly playing on the PS4, I had gotten it on there so we could play together. And then I ended up getting it on Xbox One because then a bunch of my Xbox One friends were getting it. And I was like, I'll get it on there. I still haven't beaten the main story.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just it's just one of those points where it's it hits a point where you need to grind out some gear, grind out some levels, and it's just and as much as I enjoy Diablo, it doesn't hold me like it used to.
Yeah. I really like the story, and the voice acting is good and everything, and I definitely want to get back to it once I slow down with Smash Brothers. But yeah, other than that, I have been playing a game that I actually got. Well, first I'll do, so man, I did a lot. I forgot about some stuff. So I downloaded Brawlhalla because they had a little thing in the news segment on the Switch that basically gives you, or it just basically said, all these are free to start games, and I was like, okay. And I have like Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle, and I got one called Galaxy Variants, and I downloaded Brawlhalla. Which I have played before on the computer a while back when it first came out because I saw that it was a Smash clone, and that's a fun game. It's basically a Smash clone by Ubisoft, and also they have some crossover skins that are Shovel Knight. They have a Shovel Knight. Basically, you can play as Shovel Knight, Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, and King Knight, and they're just skins for different people. Though
I'm still waiting on the next expansion for that.
I know,
King.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that to come out. I actually fired it up the other day to let Elliot play it, which, he thought was pretty cool, and he kind of stumbled his way through some. Yeah, anyways, Brawlhalla is a bunch of fun, but I'm not going to play it anymore now. But really, though, it's a free-to-play Smash Brothers that it's pretty cool. It actually kind of like the aesthetics kind of, and even like the way that they have like all their loot boxes and stuff kind of reminds me of Paladins. Anyways, other than that, I've been playing a game that I got a code for from Tiny Build called Party Hard for the Switch, which is pretty fun. I started playing that with my wife, and it's one of those games where she's like, "Hey, are you gonna play that again?" Which I think she's a little sadistic, so because she's just like, "Yeah, let's do it," and she's like, "Okay, so just stab him and throw him over that balcony there. Like, just keep doing that."
Fantastic.
And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." You can push people off of balconies like that at one point on the same level that I'm talking about. You can like cut the ropes on scaffolding or on window washers, and
geez.
yeah, so basically the premises of this game is that you're somebody who, and it has voice acting in a pretty, like, for what it is, like a neat little storyline to it too.
Nice.
And it's all 16-bit, and the premise is you're this guy that basically just wants to get some peace and quiet, right? And it starts off, you're next door, and you just go start murdering everybody in the party.
Sure.
Yeah, and and it's kind of narrated through, like, I think detective's point of view from it, like, and he's just like, "You don't understand. All this guy wanted was some peace and quiet." And it's like, what I saw was just raunchy, or just,
Yeah.
like, it's good voice acting, and it is like, after what happened with my daughter at the first party, I had to follow this guy. I had to crack the case, stuff like that, it's neat. It's a pretty cool little game, and apparently there's other characters you can actually unlock too to go through, and one of them is like, it basically looks like Crank or something, where I think you have to do stuff within a certain amount of time or you die. Whereas like the regular mode, you kind of have, it's open ended. It's like you just don't want to get caught by the police or beaten up by bouncers.
Yeah.
Or even, I think if enough people see you, they can mob you and kill you. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I know Party Hard 2 is out. I think they actually gave me a Steam code for that. Well, I just hadn't downloaded it.
Yeah.
But I am excited to see that game too, to see what they've built onto it, because a lot of stuff in Party Hard 1, I'm kind of like, man, I wish there were more like traps and stuff, because you can set, like, you can catch speakers on fire and then they'll explode after a little while, like you can start a conga line and by like talking to the DJ or something, and then it's like an electronic floor with like lights underneath, and you can like do a certain thing that just makes the whole thing go up in flames. So you get combos and points for doing stuff like that. So it's not just about, but then again, if you're like, well, I don't have any traps over here. Oh, look, there's this person alone over here. I'm just gonna go, like, kill him and throw him in this dumpster real quick so I don't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the game is a little sadistic, but it's pretty fun. And then I jumped on after we had our conversation about Ghosts and Goblins on the last episode. I was like, I'm gonna get past the first bit, and I did. I where the little ghosts in the forest keep coming down and doing a zigzag.
Yeah.
I did a save right before that, and I got to the boss there.
The Cyclops ogre thing.
Yeah. And I got past that, and I made it inside. He only hit me once. I didn't even.
Well, I mean, you can only get hit twice, so.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I just mean like I think I don't even think I died once on him.
Nice.
I saved right before I did the save right before him. Right,
Mm-hmm.
like right when I got up to him, I was like, oh, I need a save here. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I just like jumped around and I got it done.
Nice.
Yeah,
there you go. One down, 12 more to go.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah, whenever it shows me the whole.
Yeah. Also, I should mention that it will keep sending you back to the beginning, and you'll play through the regular version of the game until you beat the final boss with the shield. If you don't have the shield, it either like you get the bad ending, or like it's not really over, or it sends you back to the beginning and you just play through the regular game again. But when you finally beat him with the shield, you have to go through all the way on like the hard mode, and then you got to beat him again, I think, with the shield on hard mode to like complete the game.
The hard mode, that's just stupid. Yeah, hard is the regular mode. The other mode would be like just nuts. No. It's not hard mode. It's insane mode.
Yeah. Oh man, that game. Like it's one of those ones that's like, man, I want to play something just to get frustrated. Like people play Dark Souls to be like, man, I want a game that's hard. I'm like, I'll play Ghosts and Goblins, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That one's very simple and way more frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty darn frustrating. But other than that, I went to a midnight release last night.
Yep.
It was Elliot's first one, and nothing super special or anything. He was just excited he got to stay up late and get Smash for the first time. He got a poster and everything. So yeah, that was fun. We got to come home and play a little bit until midnight because it actually launched at 11.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as far as for me, what I've played, I still haven't 100% finished Captain Toad, but I have for the main 3 episodes, I've completed all the challenges, gotten all the gems and everything leading up to the bonus episodes or the bonus missions levels or whatever. So like the Super Mario Odyssey ones, and then there's ones where you're Toad and you have to go and find the rest of the Toad squad. And then you got to lead them to the end to get the Power Star. So I finished all of those extra ones, got all the challenges and all of that stuff done. And so now all I have left for levels on Captain Toad are like replayable versions of the bonus levels. And the first one that I've come across is the Mummy Maze, where the challenge for that one is get 5,000 coins.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I've gotten, I think it was just shy of 2,000 is the most that I've gotten, or maybe it was just over. But like, and that was stressful, just trying to get that. Because basically you're running around this maze of blocks, and you're trying. And for the first few levels, it's not so bad because you just have to avoid piranha plants. But you're also being chased by a mummy shadow version of yourself. So if you stop, he catches up to you, and but you do have 2 hits. But again, like you got to just keep running and just trying to collect as many coins as you can and go into the next level. And then I think it's like on the 5th floor, it switches from being piranha plant enemies to being one of the charging chucks and one of the magic Koopas, and it's just that is stressful because the walls are all made of just the cinder block things, but the charging chuck can charge through those and break them. So like you're trying to go collect the coins, and if you don't know where he is, suddenly he can come out of nowhere and hit you, and lots of stuff going on. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to put this down. These are just bonus levels. I don't need to complete these right now.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta put it down.
But I also picked up earlier this week. I finally broke down and I picked up Skyrim on the Switch.
Awesome!
And so I've been playing that, and it's been nice because I've been wanting to replay Skyrim and like play one of any number of different characters that I got floating around in my head for that. But when I go and I play it on like the Xbox One version, the complete, the Legendary Edition, that allows mods. And it's just like, oh, well, there's mods that let me just build the characters that I want to build and then just play through the game. But like, it takes away a lot of like what is fun about the game is like getting to that point. So the Switch version doesn't have the mods, but it still has all the content. So I've just been working on that. I did find out that amiibo scans are once a day, no matter, like, you can only scan an amiibo once a day, and then you have to wait 24 hours from that first scan, or from that previous scan, till you can scan it again. Not it's a new day, you can scan it now. No, you gotta wait 24 hours. 24
hours. It's from the scan.
It's from the scan. And the Zelda ones are the only ones that actually give a lot of good stuff. I've made a couple of different characters just to be like, what do I feel like playing right now? And on the character that I did scan all the stuff with, who uses heavy armor, a shield, and a one-handed weapon, I have the Champion's Tunic, the Master Sword, and the Hylian Shield. All great. Except that the Champion's Tunic and the Hylian Shield are light armor, so I can't even use it with that character. Or I could, but I want him to be in heavy armor, so it doesn't really help his skills.
Yeah. Excuse me.
But yeah, so I was playing that for a bit before Friday. I also went back into Super Mario Odyssey, and I'm like, I need to get these coins for these costumes. And I went from 74 to like the 9,999 in about an hour and a half to get one costume, and I'm just like, nope, I'm not there yet.
How are you farming coins? Because my son, my younger son, he really wants the astronaut helmet, which it's just 500. It's not. It wouldn't take long just to do it. But he always goes in and accidentally buys like the hearts, and I'm just like, no.
So the best place to farm coins is in Bowser's Kingdom, and it's I'm trying to think. It's right at the top of that tower before you get to the floating platform where you fight the rabbit kids, the moon kids or whatever. I can't remember what their names are. The wedding planners, basically.
Yeah, I was like, I'll think of it in a little bit. Brutals.
Huh?
There we go. Brutals.
Yes, there we go. But yeah, if you go off to the side there's one of these giant nuts that you can go and plant, and it creates a giant vine. Well, if you go up there, it's basically just Mario running in a straight line, and you have to collect the turbo flowers. But it's a straight line. If you get every single coin, and then at the very end, when you get the moon there's some other rings. So if you jump and time a ground pound just right, you'll get all of those coins or rings of coins as well. You get 180 coins, and then as soon as you land, you go get the nut again, and you can just keep doing it over and over again. Yeah.
All right. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
Because he really wants that, and he really wants the Santa outfit.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I bought the 8-bit cap, which is not as cool as I thought it was going to be, because it basically just turns him into the 8-bit amiibo.
Yeah, I saw that.
And like his arms and stuff.
Like
yeah, basically. I was just like, man, that's not as good as it could have been. But yeah, so I got that one. Now I just need to get the coins to get the rest of them. But I'm just like, huh. It's just a lot of coins for stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, that's really all that I've been playing, other than the game we're going to talk about in a little bit. But first, let's talk about the Game Awards 2018. I don't want to go through all of the different categories. There's just a couple of things that I want to focus on. Mainly that and I didn't actually type this in here, but Dead Cells won Best Action Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Which I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I haven't played it. Much like Celeste, which won Best Independent Game and Games for Impact, which, like, I've been hearing really, really good things about Celeste, and like a lot of the stuff that's part of the story. Like,
I'm probably gonna pick it up like now.
Yeah, I think it's on sale.
Yeah,
because there were a bunch of people that are like, oh man, like it's nominated for all this stuff, like I should pick it up, and then like the next day it went on sale.
I was thinking it would do that because I remember like the Oscars did that at some point, or I can't remember. They had like special DVD releases, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was thinking that they might do that, so I was like, I'll wait until then just to see if they do. I was like, yes, which it's only like $5 off. It's not an expensive game, anyways, but you know,
every little bit helps.
Exactly.
But and this one again, we kind of assumed that it would win these categories, but Fortnite won Best Ongoing Game and Best Multiplayer Game, which I could see.
It beat out Overwatch for that, which I was kind of like, but we discussed it last time that like for ongoing game for sure, Fortnite, because it's just like has so much going for it, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But Overwatch did win Best Esports Game.
It did.
Which was cool.
Yeah, which I mean that's really where I'm thinking, like, for multiplayer game, if it didn't have the esports category, it probably would have won the multiplayer one. But the multiplayer that's where more people are playing that game, whereas esports is more of like who wants to watch these games, and Overwatch is definitely up there. And then God of War won Game of the Year, which I have a PS4. I've played all the God of War games, and I love Norse mythology, so why I haven't played this yet, I don't know. I know. I have like 1,000 other games to play.
I know, right? Like, I don't even have a PS4. It's not on my radar at all, but I would like to play it. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
I have a shirt that I got from Loot Crate. So when I wear it, I'm a poser, but it looks really cool. It says Norse horse on it and has a little Norse horse on it. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Talking about some of the announcements that went down, there were a couple of Switch ones that were interesting. Like, there was a rhythm racing game. I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head. I had it, and then I didn't type it in. But
are you talking about that?
It was right at the beginning during the pre-show.
Yeah, the real 80s looking one, or like not 80s looking.
Very neon. It was very neon.
Like, yeah. The name of it's on the tip of my tongue. I should probably write these things down.
Yeah.
That game looks really cool.
But three announcements that I wanted to talk about is a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Brotherhood. Black Brotherhood was announced exclusively for the Switch.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it looks awesome. I love Marvel, so like this one is
that one?
Huh?
Is that one made by Team Ninja? I read somewhere that it was, and I was just like, what? And then I realized, I was like, it looks like a Ninja
be.
Game.
I didn't look at it. I watched the trailer last night after getting home, and I was just like, because I had heard someone say, "Oh, hey, this was announced." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Oh man.
It looks cool. It looks really cool.
Also, they came out and announced Mortal Kombat 11 is coming in 2019, and that it's also coming to the Switch, which I'm just like, I
saw the commercial, but I was watching them with Elliot, and he has a thing with blood, and I was like, this one could be bloody. And he was like, he like covered his eyes whenever he said he would like open his eyes like, oh my goodness, when is it gonna end? So I kind of missed that it was coming to Switch, but that's awesome.
Like, it's cool that Mortal Kombat is coming to the Switch.
Scorpion is going to be one of the DLC characters for Smash.
That's possible. Speaking of, they did announce the first DLC fighter for Smash, which is Joker from Persona 5.
I've never played that game. You can take my game card, I guess, but I've never had a PlayStation.
I haven't played Persona 5. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I don't think I've played any of the Persona games, but I have played some of the Shin Megami Tensei games, and I don't want to say they're made by the same company. And Joker and Persona 5 was held in very high regards last year. So that's really cool that we're getting Joker. But yeah. So speaking of Smash, nice little transition. So a little game came out last night that
heard of it.
nobody's talking about this game.
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate. Man, I went into my GameStop to go and pay it off early. That's why I didn't watch a lot of the Game Awards stuff, because I was like, I'll just go and
catch up on it.
You know, I'll get the highlights somewhere, and I'll go and I'll pay off my copy of Smash, which is exactly what I did. And the GameStop employee there was like, "Hey, you're coming back for the midnight release, right?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." She's like, "Okay, well, you're going home. You know, be sure not to get smashed before you come back." It's like, that's a good one.
Oh, Sayonara Wild Hearts is the name of that game that was announced.
Thank you.
I just found it real fast.
But yeah, so let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on Smash Ultimate as a whole? I've got it broken down, but you know, we'll
as a whole, it's good. No, mostly I did play a few matches just because when we first got home, Elliot wanted to play it on his Switch, and I was like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. So he just played some regular matches playing against AI.
Yeah.
And which was fine. I do think it's kind of, the menu is kind of weird on like what you want to play and how you want to save your how you start your matches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool that there's those options, but I thought it was a little clunky. But
I would have liked to see select the characters first rather than going through what type of match do you want to play? Do you want to play time? Do you want to play stock? Okay, you've done all that stuff. Now, what stage do you want to play on? I don't care. I want to pick my character first. And really, there were a couple of them. It's just like, I just want to see what the costumes are available for these characters. I just unlocked them. And it's just like, go through this. Oh, okay, now I can look. And I was very disappointed that Bowser does not have his Odyssey tuxedo.
Oh, that would have been so good. I can't believe it doesn't.
Mario does.
I'm now disappointed.
Mario does have it.
That.
So yeah. I was just like, so I saw that and I was like, oh, does that mean Bowser's going to have it? That's going to be, and he doesn't. I was just like, man, wasted.
I wonder if Peach does.
Well, I don't have Peach yet.
I feel like they should do that for some DLC too. They could add like all sorts of outfits and stuff, you know.
I'm sure there's going to be enough people to be like, hey, what about Bowser? He had a special costume. And they'll put in a patch. They'll be like, here you go. Here's an extra costume for Bowser. Or you replace this one that everybody else also liked that wasn't Odyssey themed. But at that point, like if they do that, it's like, well, I'm fine.
Yeah. And I've mostly been playing on the Pro Controller, which feels good. But I've been playing on handheld, which feels great too. Like I like the stick, the shorter throw for the sticks, you know. And and now that I just adjusted, we kind of talked about this before the show. I adjusted my sensitivity to high. So hopefully, like there's a few characters, mostly Link is the one I'm talking about, that just feel a little slower than I'd like. And you suggested increasing the stick sensitivity. I think that's going to make
to be fair to anybody listening, I didn't think of this on my own. Someone else mentioned it, and I was like, oh, you can do that? That's a really good idea.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, World of Light is really cool. I'm excited about continuing that. And the AI is no pushover. I'm playing on normal. I thought about going through hard, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, it's been a while since I've really sat down and played Smash. I'm going to go through normal. And there have been some matches where I have gotten my butt kicked.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the characters that it's supposed to be representing, but I think it's Shulk and Lucina are are the characters that they're playing as. I couldn't beat them. I like went around them, and they're just by themselves now. Like I was able to get where I wanted to go a different way, and I was like, I'm gonna have to come back to that. Which is kind of neat because it makes you utilize the spirits.
Yes.
Like you have to figure out. It's like, okay, I need this kind of spirit to go up against them, and I'll level that up some, and then come back to them. You know. So that's pretty neat. I like how they're doing that.
Yeah. What is it? The one that I have had the hardest time with so far, it was just against Zelda, but she had the Fatal Frame assist trophy just constantly coming in.
Oh.
That one is nasty. Like if you get caught, you can see where she's trying to take the picture, but if you get caught in that, it's an automatic 18% of damage. And then you're poisoned on top of that. Also, you're stunned.
Oh, jeez.
And it's just like, and like her power was like 9,500, and like I was going at her with like a 4,300 EV, I think is what I had a level 99 EV. So like the total power with the stuff that I had available was like 93. It was like 43 something. So I was getting my butt handed to me, but I did it eventually, and it was no joke.
Yeah. It's I like it. It's pretty. I like that it's not just like, oh, just go through and it's just tacked on adventure mode. They put some thought into it, and they've got AI to back it.
Yeah. Oh man. Also, the ones where it's just like, oh, you got to fight like this guy and like 3 other of him. I'm like, oh, they're just gonna drop in eventually, and then it's just like, no, you fight them all at once.
Oh my goodness, the Octoling. Have you done the Octoling one?
No, I haven't yet.
So there's an Octoling. It's the spirit is Octoling.
Yeah.
And it's 3. You're up against 3 normal powered Inkling girls, all in the pink. You know, to be like to look like the Octoling.
Yeah.
They are constantly shooting with ink. Everything in that level is pink. I could not tell what was me and what was them. I was just like smash attacking and pressing B, and I did not know what was happening. Eventually I got them all.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Just so much pink.
There was another one that I've done, because what I did, and basically I think what people's like how they go through adventure mode, to talk a little bit more on that, is depending on who you pick, because when you go, you get Mario, and then you're in a Coliseum-like area, and you can pick one of 3 characters to rescue, and then the other 2 get locked off. I went with Sheik, because, again, Sheik is the character that I've been playing the most since Melee. So I was like, oh, I'll just unlock her first, and then I'll go and grab the other 2, and then, like, as soon as I did that, one of the master hands popped up and just snapped his fingers, and then shields in front of him. I was like, crap.
Yeah, I wish I had done. What was the third one? I know there was Villager, Sheik, and who else was it again? Marth. I kind of wish I did Marth, or Sheik. I picked the Villager just because I was like, yeah.
Man.
I was just like,
don't get me wrong. The Villager can be nasty if you're really good with them, but like I was like, this is going to be another character that I get to play as. I'm okay as Kirby. I'm not that great with Mario. But, oh, hey, Sheik is here. I'm totally going to grab Sheik. But, yeah.
I'm glad that you went with that first. I was just kind of like, well, I said the same thing you did. I'll just get it, I'll do this one first and I'll go here. I think the reason that I chose that one is because the spirit I had at that time, it showed that I had the advantage, So I was just like, okay, I'll do that. And then, I was like, dang it.
But yeah, there's another one of the ones that I did. It's a stamina battle against 2 Mega Mans, and they have it's to get the Dive Man spirit, and they both start with those torpedo launchers. You get hit by one of those things, they're just like they just unload all the ammunition. And I went from like, I think they only had like 75 HP, and I had like 140 the first time. I had to do a rematch because I got smoked. So, and one of the...
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
One of the spirits, I got increased my stamina for stamina battles. I'm like, I'm using that one for this one. And I went from like 140 to 175, and I still barely won that one.
Oh, because see, there you go. That's another example of how you have to use the spirits.
Yeah, like I said, like I got I went and I tried to do a smash attack. I got blocked, and then I got hit by one of the torpedoes from behind, and then it was just massive explosions until the guns were empty, and I was like, ow.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that it's neat because I chose the villager, you chose Sheik, and we're going off in separate. Mm-hmm. We're having separate experiences because I think I have done a Mega Man, but it was for something else. It was for like Snake Man or something. Was the?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah, it was the that was the whatchamacallit, the spirit. And another thing I really like about the World of Light and the adventure mode is that there's places that you can only unlock like once you. It's like I have one where like you can go down to like a F-Zero themed racetrack thing
mm-hmm.
where yeah you can.
That's where you get Captain Falcon. I am this close.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you have to have a certain spirit to mm-hmm. activate the F-Zero car to get there. So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first one that I had where it's like you need a particular spirit to be able to progress was what was it? It was I went to go cross this bridge to go and unlock another character. I think it was Link, actually. Oh no, it might have been the Mii sword fighter. I don't know. In any case, I went to go and unlock one of the characters, but I went to go cross this bridge, and it's like Master Hand comes out of nowhere and just crack destroys the bridge. And it's like, well, I guess I'm not going that way. And then the very next one that the very next fight that I did was against it was like 3 or 4, I think it was 3 Simons that only used their neutral B, which was just the chucking the axe. But the spirit you got from that were these 3 brothers that just use axes from one of the Fire Emblem games. Mm-hmm. And then I used them, and they chopped down trees and made a new bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So some of that stuff is really cool how they've incorporated, like, oh, you need to go and collect all these spirits because you never know who's going to actually help you get to where you need to be. Yeah,
that's cool. Very cool.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so we've and I also I agreed with you on the whole, like, Link felt really slow, but again, I haven't adjusted my stick speed yet, or stick sensitivity, so that may change it. Mm-hmm.
He does have some. Is he classified as a heavy character? Because he hits hard, like, yeah, especially when you get that second smash.
I want to say he's classified as a medium, or like somewhere between medium and heavy. I don't think he is a heavy character, mm-hmm. like Bowser or Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and like Link has, ever since I played as Sheik, like a lot of people have felt really slow compared to Sheik.
Oh, but yeah, I'm sure.
Also, back in Melee, Sheik hit like a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since, no, she still did pretty good in Brawl. It's Smash 4, like her melee attack power went down, which bummed mm-hmm. me out a little bit. But I'm fine. I've been doing okay with Sheik, and that's without the stick sensitivity. But yeah, really enjoying adventure mode. That's really all I've done one practice match against an AI just to be like, I want to try out Link. I want to see what costumes he's got and whatnot. So I played just one match as Link. We've talked about like some of the different things that you can do with spirits. Like I have the one, I think his name is Kid. I think it's just Kid from a golf game, and that gives you the increased stamina. So there's definitely a lot of like ups and downs to trying out different combinations for spirits. What is your favorite spirit setup so far?
I don't even know.
No?
A lot, like most of the time, I just go in and do the recommended spirits for that thing. Because I mean, you just go in, select spirits, and then press Y, and it just automatically selects them for you. And I kind of like doing that because it keeps them all leveled up. Like you're not just, I'm not just using one at a time, and just using one the whole time and leveling that spirit up a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's bringing in, like I said, the recommended ones, and it just kind of automatically does it for me, which which I like. I could see getting ones that I like more because I know there's some that like oh, you automatically start with this item each match, or like
Yeah.
I do like I can't remember which spirit it is, but one of them it draws the items to me.
Yes, it's an Animal Crossing one. I can't think of what it is. It's an owl. It's a pink owl.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember the name is, but yeah, the items come towards you. And the first time I did a match with that on, like I didn't realize how far, and this has a decent reach on it too. Like it's not crazy from the other end of the arena, but like
no, but like maybe half or not half, but like a quarter.
Yeah,
a quarter
it's like
of
it slowly starts coming towards you, and then as it gets closer, like it just goes whoop.
Whoop. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say my favorite setup right now, and it's generally what I do unless I come across like a low level one for like attack, shield, or throw. Which for anyone who hasn't played yet and listening, basically there's 4 types. You've got the neutral, attack, shield, and throw type main spirits, and depending on the other 3, the attack, shield, and throw, have like a rock, paper, scissors effect where attack is weak against shield, shield is weak against throw, and throw is weak against attack. And neutral,
standard.
You just don't, yeah, just a standard. So it's up to you how you want to do it. So if I come up against a lower level one of the 3 that are in the rock, paper, scissors, I'll go and I'll train up one of my lower level spirits to in that fight because you never know when you're going to need them. But my favorite one that I have right now, I have Digby, Isabel's brother, and he has 3 support spirit slots, and I've got the balloon fight one, which gives me increased jumping height. And I've got
that's cool.
Fee from Skyward Sword, which my neutral special has increased power. And then I've got a bunch of other ones that I do. Like I've got one that's from Splatoon. I can't think of what the character's name is, but he gives me increased power while I'm still at 0%. So like if I can just get in that first hit and get a little bit of a head start on it, like it helps. But I can also like keep one of those 3 because those ones all will take up only 1 slot, and I have the Guardian Spirit, which takes up 2 slots, but all melee weapons do reduced damage. And that isn't just against like any items that they pick up. So like if you're fighting against Link, his sword does less damage. His sword does less damage. So it's been having the 3 slots has been nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite setup so far, and it's usually what I use when I'm going up against someone that's gonna kick my butt multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely have to figure some of them out better than because I have looked at some of them and been like, oh, that'd be cool to use and stuff, but then whenever it's just I'm just like going through all the just going through playing, I just do, like I said, the automatic ones. The
first time I entered the store, there were 2 spirits that were available. One was like sticky floors don't affect you, and then what was the other one? I think it was you take reduced damage from poison fields. And of course I went and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna pick up that one right now. Like it was like at 30% off, it was 700 spirit points, and I only had like 1,300 at the time. And I was like, no, I'm gonna hold off because there might be one that's gonna be really, really good later on. That I'm gonna be like, I need to pick that one up right now. And what did I end up doing? So I didn't buy it, and then the very next level I went into was a sticky floor stage. And I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, spirits are way more complicated than I thought they were going to be. or way more intuitive than I was like, oh, you know, it'll give you some bonuses, but like there's a lot of stuff that like, oh, this is going to be really good. You should probably have this. No, okay, don't.
It's kind of neat. It's changed up the game a bunch. Where you know, it's just more to think about.
Yeah.
Which I remember seeing the trailer for it. I was like, that kind of seems dumb, but really like they have it. I think they've done it well.
Yes.
Which, you know, I probably should have expected that they did it well, but I was, like I said, I was just like, I don't want to have to worry about, you know, stats and stuff on my character. I just want to fight.
Well, but, like if you're going to be going into like tournaments and stuff and playing online, you can be like, no, I don't want to play with spirits, which I completely am like, no, I don't want to play with spirits. However, I do like that they added, there's two options to get your final smash. You can either have the final smash ball show up, or it just charges throughout the match, which is awesome.
When it charges throughout the match, it does reduce damage then, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
I thought they said something about that.
It might. It might, but either way, like it still hits like a truck.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm excited about getting together with everybody and jumping in like what do they call it? The ring matches or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I actually was on Josh's stream a little while ago talking to him about that. I was like, when are we going to do that? And he's like, well, we're about to record and I'm trying to unlock all the characters. And he's doing the thing where you reset it and all that stuff. And he's grinding it out, and I told you the joke I made before the cast, but I was like, what are you worried about unlocking all the characters? You're just going to use Mario.
Yeah, that's true. But you know,
he said he's gonna use them all though. So
yeah,
I was like, cool.
Well, I'm gonna play as them all too. But you know,
yeah,
I've got Sheik, but I really want to unlock Cloud, Corrin, and Roy, because those are some characters that I was trying to get better with on Smash 4 via the 3DS, which was not going great. So last little thing before we start wrapping things up. Just some general likes and dislikes, because we've talked about a lot of stuff that we like. Was there anything in particular that hasn't really tickled your fancy with how the game is set up? You mentioned that you weren't crazy about how the menu was set up, the main menu.
Yeah, just for setting up battles, which we kind of went over that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it as far as dislikes so far. I haven't really had a whole lot of time because we ended up doing some Christmas shopping today, and that took most of the day. So I actually didn't get to sink a whole lot of time into it today. I mostly just kind of went after the World of Light stuff a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, of course, it was super late, and I was getting tired. I did a few battles and then started World of Light. So I haven't really gotten into all of the nitty gritty stuff, but I know I want to look into the training mode. I'm excited to see what the ring mode is like, or and the tournament mode too. So there's just a lot of stuff I haven't even touched yet that I'm looking forward to see how it is, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more on the next episode too.
Yeah. And as far as for me, like we said, it's the order of selecting stuff for a match. Like, even if you just want to do, like, I just want to do a quick one stock match against the computer just to, you know, keep my skills sharp. You got to go through all that other stuff before you're just like, okay, what character do I want to play as? And then the whole, like, Link feeling really slow, but again, I haven't had the chance to go and adjust the stick speed to see if that fixes it. So we will let people know next week.
Yeah.
But like today, I got home this morning at about midnight because I'm in Eastern time. So my game got released at midnight, not 9 p.m. like people on the West Coast.
West Coast got it even earlier, didn't they?
They might have. I don't think so. I think it was 9.
Okay.
Okay. Best Buy might have been releasing it a little bit early, I think.
I don't know. I knew it was supposed to be 9. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't thinking about what you were saying. But yeah. I got it at 11 and it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I was tired though. But
Yeah. Like I said, I got home at like 12:15. I'm like, I'm just gonna play till 1 because I got to get up at 4:30 to go and drive my wife to work. And next thing I know, it's 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, one last thing. I broke down and I bought the Smash Ultimate Pro Controller.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And it looks way better than I thought it did.
I want to see it. Show me.
It's upstairs. No, I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to you. What?
Okay.
You have one?
No.
Oh, but yeah.
I was saying I'll wait.
Instead of it looking like when we originally saw the picture for it, it just looked like it was a white Pro Controller with just like the black lines on it, and it's just like that doesn't look very good. It's actually silver.
Ooh.
And it looks really, really nice. So, I really like it. And now I have enough. And then we just got a new Joy-Con holster. So, I now have enough controllers and Joy-Con holsters for me, my wife, and my 2 kids to play Mario Kart 8 or Smash using a full controller setup.
Full-size controller?
Yeah,
awesome.
Rather than the 2 kids having to split Joy-Cons, which Fiona, like, she'll do it if she has to, and Gwen doesn't care, but Fiona's just like, man, I wish I could just use a full controller, because this is really small.
Yeah. We have enough for between my Switch, Elliot's Switch, and Rory's Switch. Yeah, we have plenty.
Yeah.
And then Elliot has his own Pro Controller, and I have a Pro Controller, so.
There you go. But let's start wrapping things up. Draco, where can people find you?
You can find me at Draco Augustus on Twitter, or if you'd like to email me, you can email me at draco@mulehorngaming.com.
And as always, you can find me everywhere at ScrapGear. That's Twitch, Twitter, Mixer, eventually YouTube, all that fun stuff. And be sure to follow Nindies and Indies on Twitter at Nindies and Indies. That's Nindies twice because and was too long. And also, if you'd like video game podcasts, be sure to check out the official video game podcast of mulehorngaming.com, Analog Assault, where they talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm sure their next episode is going to be all about the Game Awards. So if you want more detailed info on all the Game Awards stuff, be sure to check out that podcast. But that is going to do it for episode 27. Until next time, GG.
GG.